Everyone loves a good underdog story. It's woven into the fabric of competition, that magical moment when the impossible becomes inevitable. So when an unknown team made its way into the closed qualifiers for the Montreal Major, it quickly became one of the scene's most appealing storylines. Enter CL for Life, a team of unpaid amateurs who didn't just participate in the qualifiers, they dominated them. Their journey through the tournament left the Siege community stunned as established teams fell one by one before this unstoppable force. This came to a head in their semi-final against Wildcard, a powerhouse roster brimming with both veteran expertise and explosive young talent. On paper, they didn't stand a chance. With veteran players like Bosco and Kansan, Wildcard's depth of experience made them heavy favorites. Yet, when the dust settled, they found themselves beaten. But it wasn't just that CL for Life won. The impressive piece was how they did it. This isn't a story about supernatural talent or revolutionary strategies. What makes CL for Life remarkable is their mastery of the fundamentals. Adam isn't unstoppable, and Packer probably isn't the pinnacle of players. But when CL for Life put their minds together, their unlikely excellence is absolutely achievable. Their success raises the question: what can we learn from these unlikely underdogs? What simple Siege fundamentals do they follow to make them so successful? And how can you take these lessons and implement them within your own games to see similar success? This is the story of CL for Life. One of the most important lessons that can be learned from CL for Life is how to approach unwinnable situations. Well, unwinnable might be a bit of a misnomer. See, in Siege, almost every round is winnable, but you have to play in a particular ways to get to your goal. Consider this first round, for example. CL for Life have a plan. They want to take top down by entering IT and connector with a lurk lower warehouse and forklift. This is a simple, fundamentally good entry with a duo to take space and refrag, additional pressure to help pinch, somebody to help drone, and a cutoff on the side opposite the push. The idea here is to herd all the roaming defenders into the cutoff down below, and is a super simple principle which works on all sorts of attacks. They start their entry and, well, things don't exactly go according to plan.
This is just something that Wildcard has dealt kind of a bad hand to CL for Life. The advance, though, will come over from this portion of the map near IT and on rafters. Giddy dies first. Wildcard actually get two very quick kills. Both Giddy and Packer die. There's a bit of disorientation from the Gizmot mine of Spiff. You don't see Ella all that often, but it'll give information to Wildcard that they can potentially act upon.
They've already acted upon a good bit of that information, gotten a couple of kills with it, but this time Adam will be the one to come out on top of the next engagement. Tristan, though, he won't get a chance to do much of anything as Spiff will swing him. I mean, look at this aggressive defense now for Wildcard. Little too much movement there for Bay, trying to relocate. Didn't necessarily know where Bino was positioned. But still, despite the advantage, despite that the site is all the way down in the basement, you still see Spiff up above looking to take yet another engagement.
CL for Life definitively lose their entry with the round turning into a 4v2. The thing is, Adam is lurked in below, meaning the roaming defenders are completely cut off. Now that they're at a disadvantage, CL for Life wants to forego their team play in favor of taking 50-50 engagements. This is because if they try to take team fights, Wildcard will be able to easily trade 1-for-1 until they win the round with 2 players left alive. So that's exactly what they do. Bino walks in and isolates 2 fights. He wins the coin flip both times, equalizing the round and substantially improving their odds at winning. Now that they're equal, Bino and Adam take their time to formulate a plan for where to end. Low person executes are especially interesting because even though the attackers can't cover every angle, the defenders can't cover all the space. This usually means that the best approach for the defense is to allow the attackers into sight, where they'll find themselves with a man advantage as the offense attempts a plant. This is unavoidable for the attackers, assuming everything remains unchanged. CL for Life know that unless they can find one more kill as they enter sight, they'll most likely lose the round. So when Bino drops, instead of immediately attempting the plant, he's going to take his time and search out a fight, hoping to give his team the best chance at winning the round.
2 men against 2 with only 25 seconds. This one definitely favors the defense, no doubt about that.
Adam will patrol the area he just opened up. Goodbye to one of the bulletproof cameras, and he is losing time desperately as he and Bino will hit this bomb site directly. Wildcard will rest a lot on Kansan, but Bino finds a 3rd kill. Bosco looking and prepping and ready, wins the engagement, and the boss goat is named such for a reason.
An amazing clutch out of Bosco secures the round for his team. He's an incredible player with a superb sense of timing, which allows him to often find impressive impact. No matter, CL for Life battle back and take round 2, but going into round 3, there's a lot to see. Similar to the first round, Wildcard are roaming up top. The difference this time is with the site being storage, the upstairs space is a lot more important. This means Wildcard will want to fight much more fiercely to hold on to the space, since as soon as it's taken, the attack is just one step from site. In practice, this means Wildcard will invest much more utility to make it harder to clear. To this end, they set up Malusis and reinforcements, but CL for Life have a plan. More than a plan, they have a player. One player who may not be about to make the flashiest play, well, I mean, he sort of does because it's Blitz, but an extremely impactful one nonetheless. Packer is playing Blitz, and his job is to take space. It isn't to get kills. Sure, if the opportunity arises, he'll absolutely try to take a fight, but that really isn't the goal. CL for Life need to make Malusi and Striker leave, so that's what he's going to do.
Well, the focal point for the start of this CL for Life attack. They got to deal with this shield, they got to deal with this position, as well as the Malusi, who is now trying to make her escape. Bay able to drop down, avoiding Packer. Adam, though, taking care of Bosco, and still yet another player. Is that Bay? Did he come all the way back up the Aqua stairs, taking this fight, this time winning it? That's actually Spiker. Outline's confusing me there, but Spiker still gets the win. Ends up taking that gunfight and winning it. Adam with 2, nay 3 kills on this round.
As soon as IT is open, preventing the cross between IT and Pillar, Packer pushes through Electrical. He smokes off Bay's support and starts to press towards Pillar. Bay has to run away to escape, meaning Packer's achieved half of his goal. But he doesn't hesitate. He's got a job to do, and he immediately pushes through the smoke to continue to press. He's picked off, but he's already done his job. Spiker is forced back down Aqua, and that's where the cutoff comes into play. Remember in round 1 how Adam lurked into Forks to prevent the defense from returning to site? Well, here is the exact same fundamental in play. With the main push coming from Electrical to Command, he knows any players playing in that position will be forced to fall off down Aqua. By positioning himself between them and their escape, he's able to capitalize off Packer's play. Now that they're in a disadvantage, Wildcard need to lash out and look for fights. They know Adam is isolated, so they get ready to double up and swing him. By coordinating and working together, they create a localized 2v1, where despite their overall disadvantage, they're favored to win the engagement. They find themselves the pick. But though they battle back the man count, they give away their positions. This gives Tristan the confidence to take space into site where the rest of the round comes down to these next couple fights.
But a small miss. Giddy is poised to strike. Adam's gotten all of his kills outside of the building, by the way. A very impressive situation. He's just been an immovable object at this point. Bay and Kansan now against Giddy and Tristan. Diffuser in the hands of Tristan. He's going for it. Kansan getting in this position. He's worried about a jump in from the window. Bay swings up, and it's Tristan with the double piece.
CL for Life are attacking upstairs, Command, and Server. This site is likely the most defensible on this map, in large part because of the narrow choke points attackers have to push through. What this means is that attackers have to rely on execute util, such as flashes, smokes, and shields to have any hope at a plant. One thing that's unique about this site is that teams don't tend to play very extended. What this means is that cutoffs and roam clearing don't really factor into how this site is attacked. We see this as CL for Life starts the round by immediately starting to open up site walls and applying pressure to IT. This prevents Wildcard playing players inside IT, allowing Adam and Packer to start taking rafters without having to worry about anything other than the swing from Command. Now that they've forced Wildcard back behind this line, CL for Life need to find a way into site. The only problem is the defense has some brutal crossfires. Both the rotate Command and the door into Server are death traps for the attack, so they need to pinch site from another angle. This round, they decide to split water, sending Packer and Adam to start to take space. Adam clears the shield with Ash before aiming to act as an anvil to the hammer of the rest of his team. Packer rotates back rafters to spearhead the push, and with 40 seconds left on the clock, CL for Life steady themselves to start their execute.
He knows that he has to worry about this, but there's no better player to counter that. Warden and Blitz, a good old-fashioned 1 versus 1, but instead, the first gunfights occur on the other side of the top floor. Adam, he'll go 1 for 1, and Kansan will end up losing his life, but so will Bino. 40 seconds now. Giddy with that kill will open things up for CL for Life.
And the kills will just come in from all of them. Wildcard was hoping to stitch together more than just a single round. They've been unsuccessful so far. Spiff, a terrifying encounter.
Insane play once again out of Packer as he calmly sits on the blitz, baiting defenders into exposing themselves to his teammates. He may not have gotten any kills himself, but his impact is a big part of what won his team the round. CL for Life have moved over to the defense and start with basement as their first site. They play a heavy extension into command and storage, aiming to force Wildcard to clear them to start their approach into site. The thing is, Wildcard don't want to do that, and upon droning the extension, realize there really isn't anyone in sight. So they call the rush past the extension, aiming to take site without a fight.
The sledge and the buck when it comes to soft destruction, but this is a very almost nostalgic lineup. As you've got a sledge, you've got a buck, you've got Nash, and this is exactly why Packerster himself takes out Bosco. Kansan trades him right back, and Bay is fearless and unrelenting as he looks for another opening over towards Exosuit. They'll bull rush right on in. The bomb site looks to be theirs for the taking. And Bay has an opportunity to get the diffuser down. Where are these defenders, Jonah? They are nowhere to be found. The kill holes above will obviously give you some pause, but all the intel inside of the site has now been removed. Giddy looking for a small opening above with that super shorty, putting it to work. There goes another logic bomb, the last one now used. And it's Giddy picked off by Spiker. Bay getting the diffuser down as Spiker trudges above. Gumine in his foot, but he will not be slowed down at all. Adam with one kill, but here's where things go from bad to worse for the defenders. The timer will be their nemesis, their adversary. Bino searching for something. He's at bottom of those cargo stairs. They've still got those cams up. They've still got intel. But things are not looking good in the slightest. Very, very quiet. As it's just Wildcard locking them out. And they go from 3 for 3 on those final picks.
Warden gets one, but it isn't enough as half of Wildcard barrel down Exo into him. They take control of the entire site, but here's where the experience of this team comes into play. See, Wildcard know they don't have any control of the mid-floor, meaning the defense has all sorts of holes above site. If they were to simply start planting, there's a good chance that plant would be denied. So what they do is wait. They make CL for Life sweat, checking their holes and trying to find the plant. All while above, Spiker inserts himself through warehouse. He quickly finds a kill while the defense is distracted, and as soon as they're aware he's there, he suddenly becomes the distraction. This takes the defender's attention away from the plant, letting it go down and securing Wildcard the round. CL for Life are defending upstairs, playing a bunker-heavy defense as is typical of the top floor. They bring along traps and stall util to make choke points even tougher to push through. Wildcards slowly pick away at the defense, opening IT and connector and taking space into electric. As the round gets down to the minute mark, they're literally one doorway away from sight, meaning they're just about ready to execute their plan. Their goal is to plant pillar, using flashes and smokes to push through, thus negating the crossfires held by their defense. CL for Life need to find a way to disrupt this attack. If they sit still and let it happen, they'll likely lose the round. So they send Packer to hit a flank. As the pressure mounts on site, right as Wildcard are getting ready to go, he times his flank such that they're all looking forward, completely unaware of the threat from behind.
Of course, much easier said than done. You're going to have a lot of utility in your face. The frag grenades coming in. You've got Kansan building a push and finding a kill with the frag. But this is where this hold becomes so critical. Sitting back, waiting, holding these angles, and at some point when Wildcard move in, CL for Life, you gotta hope that they're gonna be ready.
And that's the hope. They lost Kansan. The only player so far that CL for L's been able to take down. Bino taking some damage too. Now it's Spiff returning fire, and a flank from Packer finds one. They draw even though. Down goes Spiff, and Spiker will follow shortly thereafter. This one is good.
Last round, Packer pulled off a perfect flank, timing it such that he found maximum impact. He was able to completely disrupt the execute, giving his team some breathing room, allowing them to make the plays they needed to win the round. That round came down to the team ITing a possible win condition and playing around that play. The rest of CL for Life avoided peeking ahead of the flank, giving Packer the chance to pull it off. This idea playing around the win condition is one of the most important concepts in Siege. It's one of the biggest things that separates the good players from the greats, and this round is an excellent example of how it's done. CL for Life are once again defending upstairs and run a similar setup to last time. Wildcard start by opening up IT and connector before moving through to apply pressure directly to site. All this pressure mounting meeting side serves to telegraph the intended ending out of Wildcard. The problem for CL for Life is that, well, Wildcard are doing really well. They've already started opening up site with around 90 seconds left in the round. This is really bad for the defense, so they start trying to ID how it is they're going to win. They know they can't stand in the face of the util dump from Wildcard, so Packer works down below. He figures the players in server are dead, so I need to make something happen. He tells his team, let them have server. I can stop plant from below. He has a C4 in hand and intends to make it count.
I'm willing to be wrong. Look at the standoff right now between Tristan and Bay. Tristan's got the bailiff. It can do a deceptive amount of damage up close, but he will not bother to engage. Bay gets baited in by Bino. And now the next one up will topple him. Hansen taking all but 6 damage. As Wildcard win 2 engagements, Adam trades that one right back. Jonah, this is fast and furious.
I mean, it's going to come down to, again, this flurry of gunfights in these final 30 seconds. We saw the anchor play from CL for Life winning out in those final 30 seconds last time. Wildcard hoping to just get things over the line now. Kansan low HP. This is going to be a tough fight for him to take. You got to vault through the breach here. They'll work their way around, crouch through it. That's Bosco, a goo mine in his foot, delaying the plant, and a perfect amount of delay for Packer to strike from below. C4 goes up and sends Bosco sky high. Packer does it again. A double kill from beneath the floorboards. Doesn't matter that Spiff is still alive up top.
By allowing the attack into sight, CL for Life force Wildcard to go for a plant. They know their biggest advantage, their win condition, is using the C4 to stop the plant. Kitty and Adam give all the way back to Rafters, knowing that once Wildcard walk into sight, boom. Round over. Masterful play out of CL for Life secures them again another round, leaving them just 1 away from taking the game. CL for Life need just 1 round to win the game. They've been playing phenomenal, but when the pressure makes them bend, will they break? Wildcard are defending basement for the last time this map. They've had success here before, so CL for Life will have to switch something up if they want this to be the round they win. Once again, they open by applying pressure up top. The difference here is they really take their time to make sure they don't lose any numbers early on. They slowly chip away at the setup, forcing the defenders all the way back to the basement until, with about a minute left, they start setting up for their execute. They just need to keep calm, cover their angles, and they should be able to get into sight.
Not through the NA League, not through automatic qualification like Wildcard, but through the open qualifiers, then the open qualifier playoffs where they beat Los twice to get to this point. They take down C9BC, and now they look for Wildcard to be their next victim. Bino, he's the one to start things off. He claims the kill onto Spiker, and another one, this time for Adam, potentially the next.
Or Wildcard can just give up picks. Bino finds Spiker through the open warehouse hatch and immediately drops into Animus, looking not to hesitate in applying pressure to site. Adam goes with him and finds another, giving CL for Life a sudden, major advantage. Now, as they make their way into site, there's precious little Wildcard can do. Their hopes fall on Bosco, who's had to deny plant in this position once already this game. This time though, the odds look even worse.
This Wildcard defense, well, where is the discipline? Where is that hold that we've seen before? Bay the next to go. Bino now getting this diffuser down. Bosco, we've seen him stop the plant from this position. Can he do it again? Yes. The same denial with 20 seconds left. The clock continuing to tick away. CL for Life. You see them getting a little panicked here. They have to stay together. A chance to win this map right here. Blindsides Bosco. Kansan hits the floor. And it is CL for Life who take down Wildcard